In the latest Rigathi Gachagua interview, this man has decided to go full-on ballistic on Mr. One-Term, henceforth declaring an endless war upon him, his family, and his descendants. Now, he decided to tell the USA and the members of the Senate that this man by the name of Mr. One-Term has committed so much atrocities to the people of Kenya that he needs to be sanctioned to all NATO allies and in the USA, so that if Mr. One-Term decides to go maybe to fundraise and talk to the people in the diaspora, he will not make that move. Number two, he decided to tell the people in diaspora that they should tell the Senate of the United States of America that this man by Mr. One-Term has done so much things and they should provide evidence against him. Number three, he decided to destroy Mr. One-Term completely after exposing all the illegal and secret deals that has been happening through proxies or through dubious means. And for the example of these deals is number one, the RSF deal, and we are shocked even to know that Mr. One-Term has been dealing with Al-Shabaab, which is a terrorist group. So, I'm your host, Anonymous Whistleblower. Kindly consider subscribing if you're new, and let's dive in to all the developing stories.
Fine, because of state capture. The president is in business in every sector. He is competing with every other businessman. And because of his advantage as president, he has killed all other business people. He's doing all the businesses in Kenya. I remember when we came into office, there's something called e-Citizen. It was an app that was being operated by some private people and doing some little work for government. And when he came, he brought a lot of issues saying it is wrong for anybody in the private sector to collect money on behalf of government. And he said the Ministry of ICT must take up e-Citizen. Little did I know he wanted the owners of e-Citizen to come into the open. So when they came, he negotiated with them, took 80% of the business and said they should continue, and ordered all government services to be onboarded through e-Citizen. Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced. So what is happening in Kenya is that we don't have a government. What we have is a criminal enterprise, theft of public funds, where the president has taken over all the businesses in the country. He's a chief procurement officer, he's a chief accountant, he is a supplier, he is everything. And nobody can ask a question.
I remember me explaining the e-Citizen bomber scandal and how Kenyan money is being siphoned. So if you haven't checked the video, please go to the previous videos and at least enlighten yourself of what is going on in our country. And now we have found some very shocking revelations, some new revelations about the involvement of Mr. One-Term and how he's siphoning money through the platform. And we have noticed that he's pocketing 80% of what Kenyans are remitting in terms of what they are giving in the e-Citizen platform. And it is very bad. And when you tell Kenyans about these things, they think that you are attacking one person. And I think this man should be taken to court and face justice, because there is no way a bill in parliament is talking about conflict of interest and how leaders should not take advantage because of the offices they hold to get some benefits from the Kenyan people. And this is clearly taking advantage of the Kenyan people, using Kenyan people as leverage to get, to get tenders, maybe to get whatever people want who are in power. And it is very sad. If you can't see this, then maybe you are very blind or arrogant.
The evidence is everywhere, and you must be held to account. In fact, the other day when I was here, I was with some senior American leaders last Sunday. And we were watching live a meeting taking place in Muranga, where policemen were beating leaders and they were protecting armed goons. And these American leaders could not believe that it is possible for policemen to attack civilians. They could not believe it. They could not believe that policemen can escort gangs to beat civilian population. William Ruto, that evidence is here in America. And there's no way you can run away from it. And those things will come to light. On that matter, let me appeal to all of you. In your respective states, tell them about Kenya. Tell them to support this bill when it comes to the floor of the House. Give them details of what is happening in Kenya so that they are well informed, so that they can support the bill, so that a review is done. And our request to the American government and the American people, please don't punish Kenya because of the atrocities of William Ruto. Don't withhold military aid to Kenya. Don't withhold sharing of intelligence with Kenya. Don't withdraw all those facilities that come with that privilege of being recognized as an ally of the NATO states. All we are asking the American government to do, once you confirm all these concerns, help us. Don't have sanctions against the people of Kenya or our country. Please, just do the right thing. Impose sanctions on William Ruto as a person, never to come to America. And I think if he does that, that is our problem. Kenya should not suffer because of one person. Let's deal with the person. And I think if the government here can impose sanctions against him, that he cannot come to America and he cannot go to other states that work with America, our problems will be sorted instead of punishing the country because of the actions of one person. Diaspora people.
It's not that I support Rigiji that much, because in 2027, everyone has a choice to choose whichever leader he or she prefers. And this will come to, what is the agenda of that particular leader and what is he or she offering to the Kenyan people, and what is the interest of that seat which he or she is desiring. So, to be quite frank, this man is talking the truth. It is nothing that no Kenyan can not know. It is something each and every person who is living in this country can tell you is happening, because it is several times we have seen leaders being clobbered by goons. In the last protest, we saw goons and policemen working hand in hand. In fact, the policemen were protecting the goons, and it is very, very appalling to see such kind of behaviors, because the policeman is the person to make sure the lives of people are secure. He's the number one enforcer of safety upon men in a particular country or state or whichever place under the sun. So it is very bad to see some kind of behaviors which suggest that even our men in uniform are entangled in the deep state machinery, and the deep state has been using them to do their dirty job. So let's have 4 minutes of Rigathi Gachagua purely destroying Mr. One Term with no mercy.
I saw William Ruto today fumbling with words, trying to explain himself, but trying to digress from the real issues. He was saying that the Americans have a problem with him because he's having a relationship with China. And he's having a relationship with China because it's good for the country. But he's running away from the real issues. And because he follows me wherever I am, it is good for me to tell him why the Americans have a problem. Not just the Americans, the people of Kenya. The Americans have just heard the cry of the Kenyan people, and they are raising issues. William Ruto, aka Kasongo, please The Americans want to have an investigation to unearth your business dealings with Hemeti of RSF in Sudan, where you are doing gold business and in reciprocity supplying arms to the terrorist group to kill women and children in Sudan. You cannot run away with it because we have the evidence. I was your deputy when those meetings took place. I have all the details. And we are giving those details to the Americans. And we are right here in America. And much as you think we are stupid, don't just think we are just here, just moving around. We are also here to put the Kenyan case to the American government and to Congress and to the Senate. William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why. They also want to know why you have removed the requirement for vetting of non-Kenyans before they are given IDs. The Americans are concerned that suspected terrorists will be registered as Kenyans and they will find their way to America and the rest of the world and create terror in the world. Your decision to suspend vetting of foreigners before they are given registration in Kenya is a threat to world security. And not just the Americans are concerned, Kenyans are concerned too. And this you must answer. You cannot endanger the security of the world because of your business interest. It is true you are doing business with Al-Shabaab, but you cannot endanger world security. The Americans also want to know why, against the Kenya Constitution, you have become the worst violator of human rights in Kenya. Why are you abducting young children? Why are you killing young children? Why did you abduct American, Turkey nationals of American origin who were abducted and disappeared? These are things that are in the radar of the American security system. You can play around with people in Kenya, but you cannot play with the American government. They have you on the radar. And the evidence is everywhere. And you cannot run away from it. So please, don't hide behind China. The issues you need to confront are well known to you. That you have compromised world security in pursuit of business interests. And this time around, you will not escape. You may push people around in Kenya. You may harass everybody in Kenya. But I don't think you have the capacity to harass the American government.
Thank you for your time. It has been Anonymous Whistleblower. Kindly like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one, cheers. Stand by in 3, 2, 1. go.